He slowly moves his arm toward the furnace, glowing at over 1,000 degrees. The leader glances at him, then does the same, both pressing their arms against the scorching metal. Searing pain floods their bodies as skin burns and sizzles against the heat. When they pull away, a bright red family crest is branded deep into their flesh. This is the ancient initiation rite of the Belarusian family, and John needs back in. He must complete this blood ritual with the new leader. John endures this agony for one reason: to strike back at the Marquis and end this. Winston shot him off a 6-story building, and everyone thought the Baba Yaga was finally dead. But he wasn't. The Bowery King pulled him from the rubble, and after 3 months of brutal training, John's ready. The scar from his severed finger still burns as he heads to the desert. He is going to kill the High Table Elder, who forced him to cut off his finger and take his wedding ring. This isn't revenge. It is a declaration of war, but the ring's already been destroyed. His last piece of her is gone, and now John's done holding back. The High Table's 12 families are furious and send their worst, the Marquis, a man with zero mercy. His first move is to target John's weakness, the New York Continental, the one safe place for killers. Winston protected John his whole life, so the Marquis decides to destroy what Winston loves most. The sand runs out, the explosives detonate, and the century-old hotel is rubble. Charon, the concierge who did nothing wrong, gets executed on the spot while Winston can only watch. The High Table's grip is choking the entire underworld, but the Marquis knows no ordinary killer can stop John. So he goes after the best Kane, a blind master and the table's top weapon. Kane and John are brothers who fought side by side, but he left that life to protect his daughter. The Marquis kidnaps her and forces Kane to hunt John, threatening to kill her if he refuses. A master brought to his knees for his child, forced to hunt his closest friend. This isn't betrayal. It is the cruelest trap a father can face. Kane tracks John to the Osaka Continental, where the manager Shimazu is one of John's oldest allies. Shimazu knows defying the table means death, but he draws his sword anyway and sends his daughter Akira to get John out. He and his guards will hold the line, because that is what brothers do. They die for each other. The hotel guards fight with blades against the table's armored troops, men in suits that deflect bullets. When the Marquis's enforcer gives the signal, Kane finally rises and enters the fight. He is blind, but his hearing locks onto every enemy, and his sword moves faster than guns. His fists hit harder than steel. He uses sound to track positions, his cane as a weapon, and Wing Chun strikes that drop men without killing them. He sets tripwire traps and takes out soldiers in silence. Meanwhile, John's surrounded by armored troops, so he aims for necks and heads every shot a kill. Akira fights with brutal precision, knives to vital points, until a stray bullet catches her in the stomach. Shimazu cuts through the chaos to reach John, tells him to run, and stays behind to cover him. John gets cornered in the museum and loses his weapons when 2 massive enforcers attack. He grabs nunchucks off the wall and goes to work, striking faces, sweeping legs, choking throats. The 2 giants can't even land a hit, and this scene was shot for real after Keanu trained for 3 months. Then Kane appears, and the 2 legends finally face off. Blade to blade, gun to gun, bulletproof suits trading shots until the mags run dry. And it is just fists, they're equals, and neither one can finish it. Just as Kane gets John in a chokehold, a gunshot rings out and the tracker interrupts, firing at both. Kane catches up to Shimazu, and the 2 old friends draw swords, but Shimazu won't give up John. He dies on Kane's blade. Akira watches her father die and swears she'll kill Kane no matter what it takes. John escapes to New York, where Winston reveals the one way out, an ancient high table law. If John challenges the Marquis to a duel under his family name and wins, he is free forever. The table can never hunt him again, but first he has to rejoin the Ruska Roma. John arrives in Berlin, and the family strings him up for execution. His father's killer is Fat Haken, who runs the nightclub and sets a death trap. Kane and Tracker arrive. All 4 sit down. Next second, John, Kane, and Tracker team up and slit throats with cards. Flash grenade breaks the trap. The family initiation ritual is brutally extreme. John and Katia press their forearms against the 1,000-degree branding iron together. They sear the family mark into their flesh to earn the right to duel. This brand is family honor and a declaration of war against the High Table. John officially wins the challenge. Winston delivers the letter to the Marquis, who sneers at the offer. He refuses to duel John, but Winston hits his weak spot. Refusing the duel breaks High Table law, and you'll lose all authority. The Marquis is forced to accept, but he plays dirty and names Kane as his champion, so he can hide like a coward. The duel is set for sunrise at Sacré-Cœur. Rules: be late and you lose. 3 shots decide everything. The Marquis raises the bounty on John to $200 million. Every killer in Paris mobilizes. Dragon's breath rounds, heavy machine guns, armored cars. Paris becomes a hunting ground. John surfaces from the underground river and is spotted immediately. The street war begins. Arc de Triomphe's roundabout becomes a killing field. He drifts with one hand and shoots with the other. 98% headshot rate. Wave after wave of killers keep coming. His car flips. He crawls out and uses Mozambique drill in traffic, dropping bodies left and right. John escapes the arc, grabs a bike, and gets cornered in an abandoned building. The Marquis raises the bounty to 400 million. Every thug in the city shows up. John takes a Dragon's Breath shotgun, fire rounds that burn on impact. Overhead shot, muzzle flashes and fire light up the entire building, one shot per kill. John checks his watch. Sunrise is close. He jumps through a window toward Sacré-Cœur, but the 222 steps are crawling with assassins. Bloodied, John reaches the top just before dawn. Shot fired. John takes a round to the gut and collapses. The Marquis grabs Kane's gun. He tries to finish John himself, but his arrogance kills him. John never fired his third shot. Under dual rules, the Marquis replaced Kane, so he has to follow the same rules. John uses the High Table's own law to kill its leader. This shot ends the Marquis's reign. This shot frees Kane's daughter. This shot lets Winston rebuild the Continental. This shot finally releases John from the life and gives him the freedom he wanted. John walks down the steps, watches the Paris sunrise, and remembers his wife. John collapses on the steps and closes his eyes for good. He is buried next to Helen. The headstone reads loving husband. The legend dies. The Baba Yaga is gone. Only John Wick remains, an ordinary man who finally came home. Post-credits, Kane is free and goes to see his daughter. But Akira blocks his path with a blade. Revenge is unfinished. The killing starts again.